Thank y'all for tuning in. This is another Sunday afternoon with the black guy and the brown guy as we walk into the bar. And y'all can join us. We usually record every Sunday between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Feel free to call in, leave your comments, and share your thoughts. So,
I dare you to comment. You must comment.
he don't dare you. He really wants your comment. He wants to hear.
Please.
Everybody's point of view is important.
This is the brown guy here. We're here to learn.
So, yeah.
We can't learn without input.
Oh yeah, definitely that. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to people that who want to even come in and sit in on a podcast or two,
Oh, yeah.
or a show.
Please. And please have a different point of view so we can.
Oh yeah, bring your point of view, your opinion,
Please.
and how you feel, because this is what it's about. It's not about just one person's thoughts and opinions. It's about everybody's thoughts and opinions.
It's about having free and open conversation
It's a beautiful thing.
without people getting all pissed off at each other.
Yeah, well, hey,
Okay.
it's better to be pissed off than pissed on.
Yeah.
I was told.
But we can also agree to disagree as well.
Oh yeah. I love hearing other points of view.
Oh, yeah. If all you hear is your points of view,
Yeah.
then you're never going to learn a damn
Yeah.
thing. You're just stuck in
That's
a
it.
bubble.
Yeah, some people.
You're in the matrix.
Yeah, some drink whiskey, some drink wine. Well,
I drink them both
well hey, go
at
for
the
what
same
you
time.
Okay. You know. So yeah. So what's on the agenda for today, Mike?
We got a little news here to catch up on. So we
Sheriff
got the
what?
election, sheriff
Oh.
election on the 23rd, I believe.
And what early voting started yesterday, right?
No, early voting's over.
Yeah. Well, it finished yesterday.
Yeah, it finished yesterday.
Yeah.
So far in the so the last election, I was wrong. I was saying it's more like 10% voter turnout. And see, I'm admitting I'm wrong. So just want y'all to hear that. Okay. It was actually we had 28% voter turnout. So like 28% of the voters that we had, registered voters, actually turned out to vote, which is still pathetic, but it's still not 10% like I thought it was.
Yeah.
So the good news is already with the early voting as of Saturday night,
Yes.
we've already had half the turnout of the last election.
Oh.
So 14% of that 28% have already voted just in 1 week in the early voting.
So there's an increase in voter turnout.
There's a good increase in voter turnout.
Good.
And I'm telling y'all, if you listen to election podcasts, you know for me it's like a coin toss.
Yeah.
But here's a couple cons that are going against Whitehorn, and just being honest. I've been looking this up. I've been trying to find it on Google or whatever, and I can't find the reason why they've reduced the number of polling locations. It used to be like 150 something, now it's like 120.
Oh, okay.
So there's 30 less of them now.
Okay. So what areas did they reduce the polling
See,
locations?
that's the other thing. I know that the place I work at, there were 2 polling locations inside the same building, and they just combined those 2. Which, I mean, that's kind of like common sense to me. That little point is. But I still haven't heard a good reason why. I mean, is it that way for every time that you combine the polling locations, or is it different? Because if you voted in the last election, okay, the last election for sheriff, right?
Right.
And you think you have the same place to go vote, you might not have the same place to go vote. And y'all really need to know this, okay?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent. You need to go on to the Secretary of State website. There's an app called Go GEAUX Vote. Okay? So you got to get on there, and you got to figure out where your actual polling location is for sure, because it might have changed. Like I said, there's been like 30 polling locations that got closed down.
Yeah. Isn't there a website or a 1-800 number somebody that you call or something?
I don't know about the 1-800 number. The website would be the Secretary of State.la.gov, sos.la.gov, and then the app is called Go Vote, GEAUX VOTE, vote.
Go vote.
Go vote.
You know we got to spell go different in Louisiana.
Yeah. Well,
Put that Cajun twang on it.
there's many things we spell different.
Yeah, I know.
Like alcohol.
No, we don't.
We spell that way different.
But this ain't about that. It's about the importance of this election.
So the clerk of court, his name is Mike Spence. He was on the news the other night, and he said that his quote was that reducing the number of polling locations makes it easier for voters.
Okay.
Now, I mean, if it's something as simple like it was where my polling location is, I mean, I could see where that could be okay. But you should have waited, in my opinion, to do this until after this election, because this is a redo of sheriff election. It's highly contested, hotly debated, appealed many times, all the way to Supreme Court, Louisiana Supreme Court, and it's a whole redo of the sheriff election.
Yes.
And you're going to change people's polling locations in the middle of that. That's not cool, really. To
It
me.
almost seems like it's a setup, ain't it?
Well, I'm not going to go that far yet, but it might be. I mean, I've seen, as conspiracy-minded as I am sometimes, I could see that being a setup easy. It could be. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's just because we've got so many dumbasses running our government, you know? Ain't like the roads have been fixed. Just saying.
The roads.
The lights, the roads.
Oh, yeah, street lights.
Yeah, street lights, roads.
Yeah.
So y'all make sure y'all vote, number one. Number two, don't wait until the day till the day of the election to figure out what your precinct is or your polling location,
True, true.
where you need to go vote. Look it up now. I mean, it takes you like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If you want to actually be involved in the process and actually do what you're supposed to do, which is pay attention and vote for those people that you want to hold power over you,
Yeah.
then guess what?
What's that? What's that?
You've been given a second chance to do that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay? Whereas most of the time you don't get a first chance. It's crap.
It's a crapshoot.
But especially local elections, if y'all aren't paying attention, then guess what? For the next 4 years, you don't get to complain about anything. Okay?
Yeah. So yes, a lot of things have changed. Did you see in one of the Appalachian states that they agreed to give convicted felons their Second Amendment right back?
I have no problem with that.
The right to bear arms.
Did you know that in Louisiana?
Uh-huh.
I did not see that, and I do want to talk about that. But in Louisiana, this has to do with the voting as well. I'm bringing it up real quick. I didn't know this, but there was a news story on it. Did you know that felons can vote in Louisiana?
Oh, they can?
Yeah, they can.
Do they know that?
I didn't know, so I
I
don't
didn't
see how
either.
they would know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm smarter than a felon. I'm just saying, who knows? Who knew that? Like, to me, the way I've been brought up, if you're a felon, you don't get to vote no more or carry a gun, legally. But apparently there's a process you can go through, and it ends up you got to file paperwork and do some stuff. But apparently, and this is just for information purposes, this isn't to help anybody out. I'm just trying to tell y'all this is what it is, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because if I was like gunning for the Republicans, then I wouldn't even be saying this right now, okay? Because the Republicans don't want more people that are felons to vote, because
Uh-huh.
that's just the way it is. And you can get off into that for 10 minutes, but use your common sense, okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So a felon, they got to fill out some paperwork, and then it goes through, and it takes some time, so it ain't gonna happen this election, y'all. But be ready for the next ones. But it ends up with the parole board in the end, and they have the final say of whether or not the felon gets the right to vote or not. Again,
Are you serious?
I didn't know that. I was shocked.
Damn.
I was surprised, shocked. I had no clue.
Uh-huh.
But as for the Second Amendment thing, you can't take the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is a God-given right, sir.
Oh, yeah.
God told us we could protect ourselves.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I mean,
As we should.
what happens if a deer runs into my house? What am I gonna do? Mortal Kombat the deer? Or am I gonna shoot it? I'm just saying.
Why was your door open? And why the porter didn't run in your house?
Why was the door open?
Why was your door open wide enough for a deer to run in your house?
Because I like having my door open. The back door at nighttime. This time of year, it's nice. sounds cool. It's cool.
Okay,
You know?
well, I mean, you should.
Why can't I have my damn door open, man? It's not my front door. It's my back door.
Oh, okay. I hear you, boss.
I'm just saying, it's peaceful outside. You get to hear the crickets chirping and stuff. The cats get to go in and out however they want. They can just run in and run out, run in and run out. You ain't got to get up and let their asses out all the time. You know, it's cool.
So the dick out of your house all costs of it.
I'm just saying, if it happened, you've seen those videos on Instagram where like a bear or a deer or a raccoon or some crap
Yeah.
ends up in somebody's house. We do live in the South, okay? We have wildlife.
Yeah, but I don't get those. I've had a house with wildlife in it, but
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen a deer that bold.
I've had a raccoon come into my house.
I've never had a raccoon coming out.
I've had that happen 2 or 3 times. They'll come in through the damn doggy door. It's crazy. So in other news, we got TikTok.
Yeah.
So Congress is trying to pass a law to where if you're an adversary of the United States, you can't like own a social media company that broadcasts into the United States. And they're trying to say that because it's going to interfere with the elections. There's going to be misinformation and disinformation and malinformation.
Uh-huh.
So they're trying to make the parent company of TikTok is called ByteDance. They're located in China. And the sad truth about China is I love the Chinese people, but the Chinese Communist Party is a whole different thing. They are adversaries, whether you like it or not. And if they wanted to, they could shut off all their production of all the stuff they supply us right now, and we as a country would be crippled. So
Okay.
I'm just saying. We found that out during the pandemic. In case you didn't know, we get most of our antibiotics from China, like a whole bunch of different prescriptions, pharmacy stuff. We get all that stuff from China because it's cheaper.
Oh, so all the good drugs come from China, huh?
I'm not saying the good ones. I'm just saying there's a lot of fentanyl coming from there though too. And fentanyl was killing people left and right
Oh,
these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're trying to pass a law, Congress, like federal Congress, trying to pass a law to where if you're an adversary of the United States, you can't just have a social media company broadcasting whatever you want to the United States. So they're going to try and make them China sell TikTok. So somebody's going to have to buy it. And if they don't, they're going to shut it off completely in the United States. So no more TikTok in the United States at all.
Okay.
If they actually pass this law. President Joe Biden has said that he will sign this law as well. But here's my little problem with it though.
Uh-huh.
This makes it legal for the president to basically shut off any social media company he wants.
Uh-huh.
So this is going to be abused. So I guarantee you, if this law gets passed, the next company they're going to shut down is going to be X, formerly known as Twitter. For sure.
Okay.
So
Definitely.
just know that if they pass this law, y'all will not be on TikTok anymore. Okay? So if you have
It's okay. We still got Instagram.
yeah, but if you've got a business running on TikTok,
I don't got shit on TikTok.
you don't.
Well, it
But there's a lot more people in America than you, sir.
don't matter.
So
I'm
this
all-
is
I'm,
information.
I'm all for America.
This is information from Americans here.
America for America.
Look, we take care of Americans here. All right?
Do we really?
No, we don't.
I know, because I just passed like 3 homeless guys on I-20.
They're everywhere.
And they was looking at me like, I wanted to, I don't have a sandwich.
So did you see the? Here's another thing in the news that you probably didn't hear about.
Drop it on me.
Tyson Foods. You know, they make the chicken. Tyson.
Yeah, they make
Yeah.
the chicken probably by now.
Yeah, they make a
They
lot.
don't grow up.
they
They don't
make-
grow chicken no
Yeah,
more. They
yeah.
make them.
Yeah, you're right about that.
All you need is some magic beans and some water.
Pretty much.
And I love 'em.
Yeah, they grow it in tanks nowadays. It's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Yeah, chicken
man.
and rice too.
Well, yeah.
I can grow you a plate of chicken and rice overnight. You want
In
one?
case you didn't know,
Yes, sir.
your food and water is pretty much poison, okay?
Mm.
The cheaper it is, the worse it is for you. Just so you know. Which is crazy. But anyway, it's just like when you go buy a salad somewhere. Like if you buy like an organic salad, it's like $10. But you buy like a regular salad, it's like 4.
What about a tossed salad? How much is a tossed salad?
It goes for at least 50 around here, I think.
50?
Now down the block, it might be 100.
But
But around here, I'm pretty sure I get 50 around here.
Yeah. Does it have croutons? Does it have croutons?
No, that's gonna up the price, sir. That's gonna definitely up the price. A good
So,
bit. That's a quadrupler.
a quadruple.
That is a
quadruple
quadrupler,
crunchy
yeah.
salad.
No, you can't have that.
I can't have a. I can't
See,
have.
First of all, you're eliminating the pool of possible contestants,
Okay.
and then second of all, you're just raising the price astronomically.
Oh man, why you gotta be? So you stingy?
No, I'm not stingy. That's just the way it is.
Oh okay.
Anytime you want to add something to something, you gotta pay.
Oh, so I can't just have no free croutons on the side.
Nah.
What about the ranch dressing?
Every
It's extra
look, they charge you for sides of ranch nowadays. They charge you for every damn thing.
Man, ain't no love, huh?
Well, price of gas $3 a gallon now,
Can I ask you a
and that's
question?
down here. Sure.
Remember how when you was a kid you would hear about all kind of stuff? Whatever happened to the gypsies? Why you never hear nobody speak on gypsies anymore? What happened to all the gypsies?
I don't know.
Damn, that was like,
I never even heard any gypsies, honestly.
you know.
That wasn't a part of my thing growing up, but there was this movie with it was an awesome movie. Oh my god. It's damn it. Brad Pitt was in it, and he was an Irish Irish gypsy, and he was like a championship bare knuckle boxer.
Uh-huh.
Snatch. Have you ever seen Snatch?
Yeah.
The movie Snatch?
Uh-huh.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it when it first came out.
Bullet Tooth Tony?
It's from what's the guy? The British guy.
I don't know.
He does a lot of good movies. He also responsible for doing Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, really?
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Uh-huh.
Is it Guy Ritchie?
Oh, yeah, that's probably who it
Yeah,
is.
he does some good movies, man.
Oh, yeah.
I like his work.
But Snatch? Oh,
Snatch.
yeah.
And we're talking about the name of the movie, not
Yes.
a woman's private, right?
Look, it's got Brad Pitt in it, okay?
Yeah, I know.
And it's got, what's that dude? Here it is right here.
Yeah.
That he's been in so many action movies. He's got a bald head, the top of his head's bald, and he's like a kickboxer and stuff.
Who, Jason Statham?
Yeah, Jason Statham's in it.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. He was
Ah,
in
yeah.
Snatch, huh?
Yeah, he's in Snatch. He was like one of the main characters.
Okay.
See him right there on the right?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. You remember this dude? He couldn't parallel park.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Don't feel bad. I know some people right here in Shreveport that can't parallel park.
And this dude was the dude from New York. And by the end of it, he was like, "Get me the hell out of here."
Yeah.
And there's Bullet Tooth Tony. Remember they shot him like 20 times and he still kept coming
He's
back?
crazy.
Oh, he was hilarious.
He's always playing on
This movie is hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah.
Especially when you find out how long it takes a pig to devour a human being.
Oh, yeah.
It can chew
Mm,
through
quite,
bone
quite
like butter.
quite the meal. Quite the meal.
So yeah, they're about to ban TikTok.
They're
So
going to ban TikTok.
y'all just know that.
Then we got,
Don't let it be a surprise to you because we're letting you know right here and right now.
you know what I noticed too? I
What?
think everybody,
See, it's an election year coming up, so they're trying to ban.
they trying to be tough on stuff. That's, if you notice, every time the election roll around, they try to be tough on anything that's foreign.
Not this administration, because we've got 10 million illegal immigrants.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
mostly when you got a Republican that's in office.
Yeah, if you got a Republican and all.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not sympathizing with Republicans, but you know, Republicans usually, if you notice, most Republicans they always stand behind America.
Yeah,
They're always just promoting some American to a degree.
well, that's like their theme song. I'm proud to be American. You know, that's the theme song you hear every time.
Don't
Just
be
about.
a country western singer.
Look, I'm just saying. You've heard that song every Trump rally. You will hear that song.
Well,
Just about every Republican rally. You will.
well, I mean, when you think about it, I'm gonna tell you something about the United States.
And I ain't got no problem with
Can I
that.
tell you something about the United States?
Please.
Can I say something, please?
Please.
When it comes to themes and sayings and songs, we're up there. I mean, if you think about
Oh yeah.
all of them, oh say can you see
Mm-hmm.
our country tears of thee,
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, You know, from the tomb. I mean, you got to realize something. We're America is the most. How can I put this?
Proud.
Well, that too, but we show our pride in some fucked up ways. But at the same time, we have the most catchy slogans and terms. And I mean, think about it. For years, you would watch.
Fake news.
Nah, I ain't talking. This ain't got nothing to do with the news.
Oh,
Like
that's a term.
every military branch had a commercial.
Oh, yeah.
During the 80s, like
Oh, yeah.
we do more before 5 a.m. than most people do all day.
Yeah.
And what the few, the proud, the Marines.
And-
I mean,
and-
every branch of military has a slogan, a saying, and a song. And I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I'm just saying
They
that we all usually fight songs were reserved for what you call it, pep rallies and shit.
Yeah.
Do you realize now everybody and everything has a pep rally or a battle cry?
Oh no.
Yeah, yes, we do. Everything, almost everything. If you can think of an organization in the United States, they got something,
Man.
a slogan or a saying.
Oh yeah, they do. They
You
do.
know, they got something. I mean,
But is it? Do we feel that way because we're Americans and we're patriotic? Do like if I was a Canadian, like let's not even bring Canada in. That's
yeah.
'cause
We just gonna focus on
let's
the
talk.
USA.
Let's talk about. Let's say England. Okay. If we were born in England and we were English, okay, would we feel the same way about our country stuff?
Hell yeah! Look how they about to kill each other over fucking soccer matches.
I've been. Yeah.
How many times have you heard the slogan "Manchester United"?
Oh, have you ever seen the?
I love soccer hooligans.
Have you ever seen the English, whatever, United Kingdom, whatever? They got like 5 different names for the same damn place.
It's cool.
It's
though.
annoying.
but it's cool.
It's
but
kind of
they-
annoying. Like
Well,
pick
hey,
one, man.
hey,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
better leave-
We're the United States of America over here. You know what
I'm
I'm
going to
saying?
tell you something. I noticed something. and if you watch enough, I like to watch. When I watch foreign films, I don't watch the popular shit. I try to find I try to find the foreign films for Tubi, the Tubi version of what goes on over there.
Yeah.
Because when you if you ever notice, like, okay, you go to the movie and say watch a big blockbuster hit.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have a lot of shit, but it's gonna be politically correct. I want to see the
Yeah.
film that was made off a shoestring budget by
Yeah.
a couple of students.
You mean without catering to the masses?
Yeah, I wanted to see
Without-
the shit real. Like,
without caring whether or not it hurts somebody's feelings.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the stuff I want to see, like stuff like that. And that's
You mean honest things?
yeah,
Okay.
the honest shit.
Yeah, honest.
You know, we put out these fluffy love stories and that bullshit, but show me the hoods in England. Show me the hoods in Ireland. Show me the hoods in France.
For real.
Yeah, show me the places where you can go get $40 prostitutes and stuff.
You know,
I want to see they dirty underbelly.
Look, here's the thing, man. With the European Union people and like the British and the Irish people, well, maybe not the Irish, but the European Union people, okay? I didn't think they was nothing. Like I didn't think they was shit. I was just like, they're just
For real?
yeah. I was like, they
I don't know.
because think after World War II, we kind of came over there and like took care of shit.
Nah,
Between us and Russia.
But nah,
Between
no.
us and Russia.
No, but let me say something.
okay.
Okay. I want you to look something up. Now, Europe was in World War II way before we even got involved. So they had been fighting. So we
And?
came on the tail end.
You mean they've been losing?
Well, I mean,
Just saying.
think about how resourceful Germany was. Come on now.
Well,
Do you really think if America winning a fight? And I ain't trying to say nothing bad, but if it was just America against Russia and their allies and nobody else helped, do you think America would have won?
yes.
You really think that?
Right now?
Are they no, I'm talking about then. Not now.
Back then?
I know
Yeah.
now. I don't think.
I do because we had the bomb before they did. We could have blown them into nothing.
they was developing.
They were developing it, but we were ahead of them by like 2 or 3 years.
I think we
So we
would
would have wiped them off. We would have wiped them off the face of
But
the
yeah,
planet.
so now, I mean, yeah.
but now, I would still go with us. Just
Oh well, now I go with us against anybody. But
Okay,
back
okay.
then, the sneak attack
Yeah.
on Pearl Harbor and all that, they caught us strictly with our pants. We didn't want to get involved.
no, we didn't. But here's the thing. But with the Europeans, like French people, you always talk about.
Uh-huh.
You know, when I was growing up, French people from France.
Let's hear this
I've
shit.
never met any before.
Oh, boy, he got enough.
I've never met any
Let's hear
before.
this shit.
But the reputation of people from France was they just kind of like, oh, somebody's coming to bathe. Let's go back inside. Okay, we're not going to do anything.
Oh,
You know?
come on.
And
Don't-
it's the same. The Canadians have the same reputation too.
But
You
let me
know,
ask you something. How
the
true
Canadians.
is that?
I don't know. I don't
'Cause,
think.
I mean, you
I
gotta
don't think it
realize
is.
something. Just like they
I
don't
don't-
show everything on the news here, I'm sure they don't show everything on the news from over there.
I don't think it is true. But here's the one thing that set me straight on that and made me realize I was wrong. And see,
Uh-huh.
this is where I'm coming.
Let's hear
To
it.
where my opinion does change, given different facts. You know, when I saw them farmers protesting, and
Yeah,
literally,
even the farmers was pissed to get it in.
well, no, that they were the main ones that was protesting. But
Yeah.
when they was literally shooting manure all over the government buildings, I was like,
We're
man,
not gonna take it.
that's some American shit right there.
Gonna take it.
That's some shit we used to do over here.
What, shoot shit on government buildings?
I'm just saying.
I ain't shoot shit.
You could see that in Texas, like 20 years
Who?
ago.
Shoot
20
shit.
years ago.
Me with shoot
Not
shit.
now. Not now. But back in the day, we was some crazy.
Well, Americans still leading the pack with crazy shit.
Well, yeah, but we're getting
We get outdone by others.
we're being feminized. We're not near as proud as we used to
Okay,
be.
you say we're being feminized. So tell me how
We're
is that
definitely
happening?
being feminized.
Share it with us. Come on, tell us how is that happening.
Well, men can't be men anymore. Number one.
What are they?
Women complain about like they're not getting equal pay and equal treatment,
Uh-huh.
but that's not really that true because you see so many. I've seen so many videos. Well, okay. Well, how many women are up on, a utility pole when like a hurricane comes through?
Okay, but how many men
Okay.
on? But hey, how many men are on the stripper pole when $2 Tuesday come through?
Well, if they would actually finally give us equal rights, which they haven't done yet, apparently, because if they gave us equal rights, we would have our own strip club, wouldn't we?
I'm gonna put it like this.
Even though we don't need it.
I think there's no way for either side can be equal because everybody's talented at something different.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck was that? Oh, so I think everything, so, and furthermore, I don't want to be considered equal to a woman. I don't.
You shouldn't be.
Just like I don't want a woman to be considered equal to me.
She shouldn't be.
'Cause
You
my
should
thing
compliment
is,
each other.
if men and women are equal,
We're not.
if those 2-letter words,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
if men and women were equal, what difference would it make? Why would you want to be with somebody that's just the same as you?
You wouldn't.
What's the excitement in that?
No.
Because you know what? I'm gonna be honest.
Well, it'd be exciting at first just because you would know each other's most intimate details. But after like a
That's
week,
bullshit.
maybe, it'd be
Bullshit.
over with.
Just like I'm gonna tell you something. I was explaining it to somebody the other day. A guy was talking about how, he said him and his woman, they fell in love because, and mark my words, this is what he said. He said he fell in love with her because he felt like she was his best friend. Now, I've had people I consider my best friend, and with me, I don't have a whole lot of friends, so I don't use that term loosely. So people who are my friends are my best friends because I don't surround my people with people I can't trust. So that being is, I don't want my mate to have that same power over me because being a best friend is a person you go to when you can't go to your family. They also hold a lot of secrecy and they know stuff about you that just regular people don't, like your coworkers and stuff like that. Some people hold valuable information about who you are internally. And I don't want to be in a relationship with a person that hold that type of trump card on me. You get what I'm saying? You know how you always hear that saying, I want to marry my best friend. I don't want to marry my best friend. I want to marry somebody completely different and opposite from me. I want to be with a woman that drives me crazy. You know why? Because it's exciting. It's exciting. I'm going to ask you something.
Okay.
And I want you to think about this.
I think we're different on that.
I know we are, but I still have a question to ask you
Go
if
ahead,
that's okay.
please,
Oh, thank
please.
you. Okay, so I'm like this. I want to be with the person that gives me the most excitement. I don't want to be with a person I'm bored or bland with. I want to be with a person, but when I look at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, what's next? I want that. I want that. I want that person that not only I can speak to her inner animal, but she can speak to my inner animal. Because who wants to be plain and boring?
But if she could speak to your inner animal, then she would have to know all their details.
No, she don't.
Yeah.
'Cause see, let me tell you something. What would you consider? What's a kindred spirit? Haven't you ever met a female? Say you was out shooting pool or bowling,
Mm-hmm.
and you met a female, and y'all had
Yeah,
a conversation. She knows nothing about you. She
Yeah.
just met you.
Yeah.
But that first conversation be amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's almost to the fact like y'all been searching for each other.
Yeah, my problem is every time I have that conversation with a woman, she's married.
So maybe you were meant to be a gigolo.
It's just like,
I'm just joking, man.
dude.
I'm just joking. Hey, you ever
No,
thought maybe you were meant to be a gigolo?
Hey. I don't know, man.
Michael
I'm
the gigolo.
I'm just saying. Just saying. Like like there was a nurse and like she was taking care of my mom.
I like nurturing women.
We was at the emergency room. This nurse was taking care of my mom, and like me and her was just trading licks back and forth, just fucking with each other back and forth, and constantly. And we was both laughing at each other, laughing our asses off. And of course, she was married. It's just like, man,
Look at you, you animal.
I don't try to be.
Yes, you was.
Not anymore.
How you sitting there flirting with a married woman?
I wasn't flirting with her. We was just having conversation.
About what?
We was
The
talking
government,
about we was talking about a garden.
the sheriff's
We,
race.
we was talking about a garden. About how we've got our garden, but she was clearing out some grass on her property, so she could have her garden, and she did it all with a damn shovel, and it was like 15 foot by like 30 foot, like the picture she showed me. I was like, damn, you did that before you got to work.
Hey,
And I was like, damn, that's impressive.
some people are driven like that.
And plus she's working a 12-hour shift as a nurse.
Yeah, a nurse.
On top of that.
Nurses are amazing.
Yes, they
I
are.
want to take my hat off to nurses. I know when I used to work at this particular hospital here, I used to give the nurses a hard time sometimes. But I do take my hat off to the nurses.
The nurses most of the time are way better than the doctors.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Smarter too.
I'm going to tell you this here. Now, nurses that I've met outside of working with them, all the nurses I used to work with, I didn't, I guess I didn't pay attention to them or just nothing. But all the nurses I met since I'm no longer working in healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
they're some good people. I got a lot
Yeah.
of respect and love for nurses.
Yeah.
I really do. But when I used to have to work with them, I couldn't stand their ass. I'll just be honest with you.
Why not?
Well, because when you have to work side by side with somebody, you get a chance to see their bad traits.
Well, they like
unlike,
messy or dirty?
some of them was dirty, some of them would go tell on me, some tried to get me fired. I mean, all kind of stuff. So, but it was cool though. I survived. But yeah, when I used to work in nursing homes, the nurses there was a lot more cool and laid back. I want to give a shout out to Cypress Point Nursing Home. I used to work there. I love the nurses there. I hope y'all doing good, ladies. Miss y'all.
See, I really hope y'all people that, especially y'all nurses, because y'all get a bad rap. What? I didn't know. It's low?
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. But y'all nurses, y'all get a bad rap in the nursing homes for not taking care of your patients. Like I say all the time, even with you dealing with cops or whatever the profession may be, there's bad apples in every bunch.
Oh yeah.
And I hope that's the truth for the nursing homes.
And all
Because-
cops not bad.
No, all cops. No, definitely not. I'm sorry, but it's just like all people aren't bad.
Yeah, I grew up
Like-
with a couple of cops. They cool.
Oh yeah, cops for the most part are cool. If you don't mess with them, they ain't gonna mess with you.
Well, not that. Some of them are really nice though. I
yeah.
had a cop help me push my car up the street.
Yeah,
My raggedy hoopty.
yeah, they will help you out.
Yeah. So, but I have a new found respect for nursing and a lot of other workers because a lot of times it took for me to grow.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you see somebody doing something, you be like, oh, why they do that? But you don't realize that they've been on their feet for 10 hours and
Yeah.
they probably just got cursed out by
Yeah.
a patient
Yeah.
and got into it with their supervisor. So you
Yeah.
have to, sometimes I think that you have to step back and just look at the situation and don't be judging about how you feel. You know, stop, I, and you can, and you know I'm telling the truth that I'm a person sometimes will run off emotions,
Yeah.
which ain't good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Oh yeah. No. Not at
Because
all.
when I was doing that, I thought when I sit back and do it, I be feeling guilty. I'm gonna tell you something was so weird, man.
Mm-hmm.
I went on this delivery one morning
Mm-hmm.
to this guy, and I'm calling him. I'm sitting here knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. He ain't coming. I need him to sign, and I'm just up here, and I'm upset with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk back, get in my truck, look at his order, call one more time, and
Yeah.
he pick up. I said, hey, man, I've been sitting out here calling, da, 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 da. So he said, I'm coming, I'm sorry, please, I'm coming. And when you get out there, I realized one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is blind.
Oh God.
Do you know how big of an asshole I felt at that point? You know, and it's not, you know,
And you should have.
Yeah, because the point is that, and that's what made me now.
Yeah.
I look at people completely different because like
Man.
I'm being impatient, being an asshole, but this
Yep.
guy really can't see,
Yeah.
and he's functioning the same way any one of us would, and
Yeah.
he's handicapped,
Yeah.
no vision.
And when I say yeah, I mean, well, the reason I said that like that was because I'd been banging my head against the wall, feeling so bad. Like
Yeah, it do.
Like
It fucks with you.
I would have felt so terrible, but
did.
I know I could have done the same exact damn thing too.
Hey, I apologized to him. I said, hey, man, I'm sorry to be seen in a rush. And I helped him get back in the door and everything because and you know what? And that's fucked up, too.
Mm.
Why should I have to feel guilty just to do something nice? I should want to do something nice for my fellow man.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
So that, you know what, ever since then, I'll start looking at myself different and have to realize something. I be telling a lot of cats I work with, I say, you know what? It ain't even about you.
Mm.
When you start making, and I realize when you start making shit personal, that's when you get pissed off.
Oh yeah.
It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not personal.
No.
Now, I'm going to tell you what's about you, though. If your ass don't get out and vote, that's about you because you fucked it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what I was saying. It's our...
We're giving y'all all this information. We've talked about both candidates on the podcast
because...
from two different points of view.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it is. Now, voting is all about you.
And we've told you about the precinct changes.
And then another thing, once you vote a person in office, send them emails, send them letters, talk to your representatives,
Yes.
talk to your senators, talk
Yep.
to your councilmen, talk to your mayors and your
Bug
governors.
them. And by the way, here's a pro tip for you, by the way, because my mom be calling these people all the time. Okay, like she'd be calling the state representatives, state senators, the federal congressmen and congresswomen, congresspeople, I guess.
Yeah, talk to them.
And the senators. She calls them all the time, right, trying to get things fixed. And like I admire her for doing that. But one thing I noticed is that like some of these people on the other end of the line, they don't be treating you too well. So I told her this. I said, look, from now on, when you call these people, you record that conversation.
Yeah, and ask for their names.
Yes, ask for
Just
the
say,
name
all you gotta do is say, hello, who am I speaking with? And
Look.
then tell them your name.
and record that conversation. Because, look, even if I don't know if it's legal or not to record a phone conversation in Louisiana. I think it is legal, honestly.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to
I've
look it
never
up.
done it.
I will look it up and get back with you on that.
Oh.
But here's the thing: even if you don't share the actual recording, you can share it with somebody and be like, "This is how they treated me," you know,
Wow.
and then they can hear it for themselves and not think you're like just telling a story or whatever, you know, talking out your side of your mouth or something. You know what I mean?
The side of your neck.
Side of your neck, where the hell is it?
Talk to them. Talk to these people. You vote them in there, then you got to keep a. You know, my thing is
And this is the biggest problem.
get to know them.
Yes,
Get to know them. If I voted for you, I want to get to know who I voted in.
you're coming
You know
over for
what I'm saying?
dinner.
Yeah, let me come. Yeah, I would love to have dinner at the Capitol building in Baton Rouge.
I would.
on observation.
You know what? I'd have them come over for dinner. Just them, not the
Yeah.
family.
Well, I found just
Yeah,
then.
just them.
Hey, come on, we're gonna
Yeah.
pull up. You know what? That's some real Dukes of Hazzard, Uncle Jesse
I'm
type
just
shit.
saying.
I likes that.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
And another thing I believe.
So do you hear that? Politicians of Northwest Caddo Parish and Shreveport, we invite y'all to sit down and a dinner with us on the Black Guy and the Brown Guy Walks into a Bar podcast. You know, we'll even let you pick the cuisine.
Just so you know, we will be keeping track of you for the next however many years. Okay.
However you in office, 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, one
And,
fish,
and
two
if
fish,
you're
blue fish.
if you're not doing your job, we are going to tell all about it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
We will track you.
Yeah.
We'll make sure you're actually
It will not be any fake news.
working for us, and not us just bowing down to
Yeah.
you. There's too much of that going on right now, and that's the worst thing that happens with especially federal elections.
So let me ask you something. Then.
Yeah.
The last governor we had, what you think about him?
I think he was all right. I don't think he was bad.
So, John Edwards was all right.
I think he was. I mean,
That is his name, man.
are we worse off or better off?
I don't know.
That's the question I always ask myself.
I'm gonna tell you something. What I think Louisiana is, and you can laugh at me, and
I
I really don't care. But Louisiana is like this here. The state of Louisiana is a poor kid that stays next door to a rich kid, which is Texas,
Yeah.
but surrounded by other poor kids like itself, like Mississippi, Arkansas, and you know. So the thing about it is,
Arkansas has been doing really good lately.
okay, yeah, but
so you know,
that don't mean
I just want to update you.
Louisiana, Shreveport been doing good pretty lately too, but we still a poor ass city. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, we are.
Yeah. So if you're surrounded by other people just as poor as you is, you don't recognize the good and the bad. You just realize that hey, we both keeping up with each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's not the way it should be, though.
It's not. No, it shouldn't. But at the same time, you have to look at it like that. So if all of us is living in a 1-bedroom studio in a bummed out neighborhood in the poor side of on the wrong side of the tracks, then who gives a fuck who gets a new TV? We all gotta still live in the same ragged ass building together. So, and that's how I look at it. I don't look at my neighbors and compare myself to my neighbors because my neighbors going through the same shit I did. So how can I look at my neighbors?
Well, you should only compare yourself to yourself. You
Yeah.
should never compare yourself to
And see, that's what
anybody
I do
else.
though. I would look at myself and say, hey, am I better this year than when I was last year? And I'm
Right.
gonna tell you, you know what's the killing part about it? Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I'm like a big stretch ahead of where I was last year.
Good.
I mean, when I say, I mean a big, humongous stretch. Am I better? I'm like 5 times as far along
Mm-hmm.
than where I was 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing about it is, I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy and it's messed up, but I'm working on it. The better things get, the more in debt I get. Ain't that crazy? Why is it that in most cases when things get better for you, you get in debt more? You know what I'm saying? I think there's a certain comfort come with a certain with a certain advancement.
If there are any financial people out there, so I know one of them. His name is David Cresswell, and he's a friend of mine, and he damn well better be listening to the podcast. I'm gonna get him to give you a call,
Thank you.
and he's a CPA, certified public accountant,
That's cool.
Okay.
I need that in my life.
and I will get him to give you a call, and you and him can have a talk because that's not cool. That actually pisses me off hearing that.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. But
Because I'm looking to get out of a hole myself. And
Yeah.
if I go into debt getting out of that hole, I'm going to be madder than hell.
I'm gonna tell you something. When I wasn't doing so well,
Mhm.
and when I was struggling, I had almost zero debt.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know why, don't it? Because at the time you have no means to really afford luxuries and stuff that make you comfortable. And I ain't saying I got like Mercedes and all that. When I say luxuries, I mean certain creature comforts that you can live without that you
Oh.
allow yourself to have.
I mean, you're an audio man. So, I mean, you got like microphones,
Hey.
you got headphones, you know. You love the solar technology.
Yeah.
I can tell that. I mean, that That shit ain't cheap.
But yeah,
I'm just saying.
but see,
Not to
but-
mention your affinity for toys, which both of my brothers. Look, I used to be big into toys, bro.
Hey man, I've been collecting
Look.
G.I. Joe and Transformers
There-
since I was since they
There's
first came out.
there
I
is
love them.
nothing.
Sorry,
Look, there's nothing to be sorry about whatsoever.
I'm a goofy ass.
Hey, there's nothing to be sorry about whatsoever.
But yeah,
Okay. Honestly, if you don't have some type of toy thing going on,
oh yeah.
look, I used to. I still got stuff in the closet, by the way. But I mean,
my aunt Yvonne bought my first Transformer when I was 8.
no,
It was Inferno.
Inferno. Wow.
Thank you, Auntie. Best gift ever.
I don't even remember Inferno.
Inferno was a fire truck.
Oh yeah, no.
Because you remember they had Inferno that was a fire truck, and then they had another one. I forgot it was a yellow one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I noticed as things got better for me, I got more and more in debt because I had better means of being able to pay off this debt.
Look, my brothers, as far as like, look, my oldest brother, okay, at the last reunion, like him and my cousin were gonna play Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah, I heard.
Very popular game, right?
Yeah,
Warhammer. Okay. He bought like 3 or 4 different box sets just so he could play the cousin and make sure he whooped his butt, right? Like, and he was like putting them together, and he'd like put them together. He put like one of them together and be like maybe 5 inches tall. at the
Yeah,
most,
yeah, I know. I've seen
right?
it. Yeah.
And he'd just stare. He'd hold it by the base, and he'd just turn it left to right, and just stare at it, and just look at it turning. And we're trying to like have a reunion, and he's like sitting over here with his little toy in his
Admiring
hand.
his toys.
So look,
Everybody likes toys.
Look, and this is a professor at a university. Okay, so I mean,
So he can see what you can.
the toy thing transcends all generations. Okay,
Yeah, everybody has something. They like.
everybody. Look, I've got the original Robotech from when it was Japanese sitting in my closet. Like,
See, look at you.
yeah. Look, I look.
Top notch. Huh?
There, if you're a nerd, that means you're actually intelligent. By the way,
Yeah,
okay.
I can't help.
In case you ladies didn't know that, if you're a nerd, you're actually intelligent.
Yeah, I got the
okay?
glasses and the buck teeth to prove it. And the jagged hairline.
I'm sorry, sir, but nobody would look at you and think nerd. Okay,
Yes, they would.
just like they wouldn't look at me and think nerd. Okay, because we're two big old guys. All
Yeah,
right?
but that's how you fool.
We look like damn lumberjacks. Okay.
Look at this.
If you need somebody to go clear out a room, you'd come to us and be like, "Hey, I need some help, brother."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm over there trying to figure out how to transform a new
Oh.
toy.
Oh yeah, Transformers was the bomb. Robotech. I mean, all the comic books from back in the day too.
G.I. Joe. Oh my. Oh, G.I. Joe. I can go
Especially
on.
like X-Men. X-Men was like my favorite.
Oh yeah.
The comic
Justice
book.
League.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you the best.
Who you pick? John Stewart or Hal Jordan? Who is the best Green Lantern?
I don't even remember which one's which.
John Stewart is the black guy. Hal Jordan is the white guy.
Dude,
Hal
Hal
Jordan
Jordan.
is the one that did the movie.
Hal Jordan.
You'll take Hal. Okay,
I'll take
that's
Hal.
cool.
And the only reason is because we didn't have enough time with John Stewart.
Yeah. Well, he came later.
Yeah, he did.
Hal Jordan had all the.
Hal Jordan was around forever.
He the one who
Yeah.
started it.
Yeah. And that's the only reason why. It ain't got
Yeah.
shit to do with color, by the way.
Oh no.
Just so y'all know, don't even try that.
Yeah.
You people writing in the comment section, I hear you right now.
Well, I mean,
Right.
They can say what they want. It's their opinion, but I
Please.
like just like even though I love Superman, but nobody could ever be Christopher Reeve Superman.
Man, I don't know, man.
Nobody. Now Chris Cavill is the closest we had.
Henry Cavill?
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Man.
He was closest we had. But other than that, who else?
Henry Cavill was the modern day Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But other than him, nobody
I'll
else.
put them as equals. Okay? I'm going to put them as equals.
Because you know why? Because I'm going to tell you something I noticed too.
No.
If you go back and remember something, I'm going to tell you why they equals. Because no matter what,
Why they are or why they
why
aren't?
they aren't.
Okay, why they
And I'm
aren't.
going to tell you
All
why.
right. Okay.
Because the Henry Cavill Superman they made a little dark. and they had to do that.
Good.
But see, that's the thing about it.
I like my Superman.
The
a little
original
dark.
Superman has never been dark. He always hold back.
No.
Yes, he has.
No, when he died, when Doomsday killed him in the comics,
Uh-huh.
he became he put on the black suit.
But that
Okay, and then also when Joker killed Lois Lane in the
Yeah.
comics.
But that's in the comics. I'm talking about as in movie.
Okay, well
But
there
I
was
don't
a there was a
listen.
cartoon as well.
But
Okay.
that's neither Christopher Reeve or
It was
Could be.
anime Superman, right? This was right after Joker killed Lois Lane.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I remember that one.
Okay, and look, Superman went into a warehouse where they was having a rave, and there was like 300 kids there, and they was all dressed in Joker paint, right?
Yes.
This is right after Lois Lane got murdered by Joker.
Yeah.
Do you know what Superman did?
What?
He laser-eyed every damn one of them kids. He killed all of them, man.
Yeah. Okay, but that's comic book Superman.
They wasn't comic book though. That was anime. That
Well,
was
that's
like
anime.
anime/cartoon.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
see, that's it. But as far as the movie one version was, Cavill is a darker Superman.
And that's why I like it more.
And
Not
that's
only
why-
that.
but that's why I feel they're not equal, because what we know about Superman, we always knew he was always the red and blue boy.
Well,
Scout.
see, that's the thing.
he always held back.
He ventures into darkness,
No, he doesn't.
and he comes back.
No, he
But he
doesn't.
comes back.
No, he doesn't.
There's duality in everything, even
But you
Superman.
know what has been coming back? What has really been coming back is
The
the
election?
sheriff's election. We cannot seem to get this thing together. So I'm hoping, and I got my hope hat on, and I want y'all to get out and vote and really take it serious. I really need y'all to do that, because
Whichever side you vote
whichever side you vote, your decision is your decision. I don't want to sway you into voting what I think you should vote or what I'm going to vote.
for. Right.
Because there's been times where you can get right up to that booth and you look at those choices you have,
Mm-hmm.
and you had your mindset on one choice, and you go in that booth and you vote another. It has happened,
Oh yeah.
and that's cool. But that's your right. So,
Well, that's one thing I wanted to ask you about being okay. If you're a black guy,
yes, and that
Okay.
I am.
and most black people vote Democrat,
Yes.
okay, it's about 80 to 90%.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
thick.
So, are there black people out there that lie to their friends and family and say who they're going to vote to, and then when they actually go into the poll, they vote for somebody completely different?
I think there's a chance there. It could
You,
be.
you think that happens?
Oh yes, more than they would let you know.
I think that's sad.
Yeah.
I think you
Because-
should be able to voice your opinion.
Yeah, but a lot of times, a lot of people ain't ready to share how they truly feel.
But you know me and you, we don't care.
No, we don't, because we realize it's our choice to make, whether we do good with it or bad with it. And that's how you have to look at it. And the more you comfortable with your choice, the better to be.
And that's the one thing that Trump said to, you remember Trump when he said to all the black voters, he was like, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, because we've been voting Democrats since the beginning.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you sympathize with your, you sympathize. Sometimes you sympathize with your oppressor.
Look, if I'm just saying, if Nicholson had any law enforcement experience,
Yeah,
he would be a shoo-in.
but he don't.
But he doesn't.
And that's what I'm looking at.
And that's the one thing that's killing you, Mr. Nicholson.
If he would have been to put it like this, if Nicholson would have said, "Hey, I'm a sheriff from somewhere up in Washington State,
Yeah.
and stop and frisk work and where I was sheriff at in my county, and I want to bring my way of law enforcement here," but being the fact that you don't have prior law enforcement, I
look.
can't.
Here's the thing. Even if he was a damn private or a corporal in the Shreveport Police Department, okay,
Or something.
or something,
Yeah, something.
But then I got to play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna say about Whitehorn, like, are you really finna let everybody out of jail?
Yeah, see.
Like, are you really finna let everybody out of jail? Like, some of those people. Look, I have a huge heart. Look, if you've got a weed offense or something that's like not
Minor,
violent,
yeah.
non-violent offense, But I mean, if it's stealing or something like
Yeah.
that, that's
Or-
different. You
yeah.
know?
Or even if you got a fence that don't affect nobody but you.
Right. Like if just whatever it may be, but it should be like, see, that's you just can't go one way or the other. It's got to be like case by case.
Yeah. And too many
On
people.
things like
yeah.
that.
I see too many people on the fence.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. If you just let everybody out,
That's fucked up.
you know, we finna have a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Crime is already bad enough in Shreveport and Bossier.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all time.
We don't need more carjackings.
Yeah.
We don't need more murders.
We need really we need more of a relationship. We can get to know the law enforcement in our neighborhoods.
But that's the thing is that the news has vilified law enforcement so bad.
You think the news has done it?
George Floyd.
Who? George Lopez.
George Floyd.
Oh.
George Floyd. And I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna piss y'all off right now. Sorry,
I don't piss off easy.
but George Floyd was high as hell when he was being arrested.
You think so?
No, that was in the coroner's report. He was on meth and fentanyl
When he was arrested.
when he was arrested. Okay, so
I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say nothing.
well, it's in the court documents.
I can't speak on that.
It is in public record, sir.
Okay. Well, once I'm gonna go check it out.
Public record.
I'm gonna get back to you next Sunday with that with
Okay.
my findings.
Now, am I saying the dude should have died? No, I'm not. The dude should not have died. They should have handled it different, okay?
Okay.
But if you watch the entire video of all the police cam, like, dude was, he was high, man.
how high was he?
He was high. He was higher than as they would say in Friday 2. He was higher than giraffe's ass, sir.
A giraffe's ass.
A giraffe's ass. That's how high it was, okay? And I'm not trying to piss nobody off. I'm just spouting truth here, okay? Look into the coroner report that was filed in public record.
Okay.
In the court.
Okay,
Okay.
man. Ain't nobody trying.
Look, I'm not trying to say it was right to kill the dude.
Yeah.
I'm not, because it wasn't. The dude should have never died. And you should have never kneeled on that dude's neck for that long,
Okay.
okay? But the dude, number one, he wasn't cooperating at all.
Okay.
And if you watch the entire video, he was not cooperating. And that's not an excuse. I'm not making that excuse.
Okay.
But he was also high as fuck. Like, honestly, they should have probably just let the EMS deal with him more than anything.
Oh.
Like, if they would just let the EMS, like, if they would have had the EMS there before they even tried to do anything else with them, you know, just try and confine them to an area. I mean, you had 4 police officers there, right?
Yes.
They could have confined them to a certain area with those 4 police officers.
Yeah.
Waited for the EMS to show up and let the EMS put him on a gurney, handcuff his hand to the damn gurney, okay? And handcuff the damn gurney to the ambulance, okay? Just so he wouldn't even run off with the... I mean, if he was high on fentanyl and meth,
Ooh.
okay, you can take a gurney, but you can walk down the street with a gurney, no problem. So handcuff the gurney to the ambulance, please.
That's crazy.
And let them deal with them, because at that point, it was more of a medical emergency than anything. But that's in the past. But the whole thing is that there were so many riots and all kind of crap that happened because of that. And it was really, I mean, in my opinion, people was just out there rioting because they were just pissed off in general. They weren't just pissed off because of George Floyd. They were pissed off because of all of our politicians just not giving a damn about us.
Wow. So it's a build up.
Oh yeah, it's definitely build up. And I think the same thing for January 6th too. Like
January 6th.
January 6th. You remember the Capitol invasion?
The
The
Capitol.
largest threat to democracy ever in the history of the United States of America.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Bullshit.
Fake news. Fake news.
But and look, there's 2 different reports that have come out now ever since they have had freedom of information It's called FOIA, Freedom of Information Access, I believe. So.
Yeah.
But there were reportedly up to 100 FBI agents, informants, or agents on site during January 6th. And there was also CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, was there during January 6th.
A lot of going on. Huh?
Yeah, there's a lot. See, there's a lot of truth in that statement. All the world is a play. Basically, everything you see on the news is like a play nowadays. Sometimes it's hard to believe that there's like a war in Ukraine and a war over in Israel. Did you ever think about that?
Hey, it's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, there's way too much.
A lot going on.
And we're just in what, March?
So
Yeah. April, May, June, July, October. Yeah, we got like 5 months worth of stuff. Watch how it kicks off. Every week there's going to be something new from now on.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
With the presidential election coming
I
up?
don't think so. That's a conspiracy theory, though, Mike. Come on.
It happens every 3 years.
Yeah,
Look it up. That's not really conspiracy theory, honestly. Because there's been every time there's an election, something happens, man.
Uh-huh.
Every single time.
That's conspiracy theory, though.
You know what the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is?
What is?
The conspiracy theory is 6 months before the truth comes out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep your fingers and toes crossed. We'll see.
I hope it doesn't happen.
Well, then, that's how you should look at it. It's like sometimes I see people sometimes they be like, it's like people in a race to give bad news.
I'm
In
not.
some cases, you
I
know,
want nothing but good news.
we gotta hurry up and get this bullshit out of here.
But I know we've got Trump and Biden running for president.
And they've ran before, and nothing for them to run again. You know.
I just hope RFK wins.
Okay. Well, make sure you vote.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't even know about RFK.
Well, tell him he need to campaign harder.
RFK is a lifelong Democrat.
Tell him to campaign
Robert F. Kennedy. You remember the Kennedys?
Everybody wasn't around back then.
Well,
You got people that's voting now.
you got John F. Kennedy, who was shot by a miracle bullet. Right. And
Yes, we hear you.
they made movies about that one.
We hear you, cat daddy.
Okay. And then you got RFK, Robert F. Kennedy, which is the dude's dad. He was assassinated as well. So his daddy and his uncle were both assassinated.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
So this is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Chance to go back. You know what they used to call the presidency when John F. Kennedy was president?
What they call it?
They called it Camelot.
Kamala.
Yeah. They called it Camelot because that's how good it was.
How you know?
Well, that's what the
How you know,
historians
man?
call it. That's what the
They
historians
call it
call it.
Camelot.
I'm serious. Look it up.
I heard a lot of shit in my time.
I'm serious. Look it up.
This new to me.
Look it up.
That's the kid. They called it the Camelot.
They did. They called it Camelot.
Camelot. You sound like
You know, the Knights of the Round Table and stuff.
Knights of the Round Table.
The best one is the Monty Python version.
The Monty Python Camelot.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's all good, man. They call it Camelot. Look at that. That's some good lighting, ain't it? They call it Camelot.
What was Kennedy's Camelot? History hit.
But the thing about it is, it doesn't matter. We can't vote for him. So we got to look at the people we can vote for now.
We can vote for his relative.
Yeah. And if that's your choice, that's your choice too.
Here's the thing, though.
Yes, sir.
So Robert Kennedy Jr. He makes a lot of sense. Check him out. Look, I know a lot of people, and see that's one of the things that the elites want for us. We have a very low attention span right now because of Facebook, Instagram, all the social media, right?
Well, we do it to ourselves, though, too.
We do. We do, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for us to listen to any type of talk that's longer than like 5 minutes, right?
True.
Okay. So when you try and watch a Joe Rogan episode that's like 3 hours long, it's almost impossible. Right? But if you're driving around
Yes,
or
sir.
you're doing some yard work or whatever the case may be, you really should watch the RFK episode with Joe Rogan because he goes into vaccines and all kind of crazy stuff.
True.
Vaccines, Fauci. I mean, he lays it all out.
Yeah. So that's why it's important for you to vote.
But Kennedy, he has to get 1 million signatures right now
And what's the hold up? That
to
should
be.
easy.
It should be. And well,
He's a Democrat. Do you know how many Democrats are out there?
I do. And do you know that they won't even allow him on the Democrat ballot?
Well, how we gonna vote for him then?
You can't. The only way.
So he's just campaigning for free, for
No,
nothing, really.
he's gonna be on the independent ticket. Okay.
That's crazy.
Because Joe Biden will not allow him to be on the same ticket as he is.
Why not? Who is Joe Biden to not allow people on the team?
I'm just saying. He's not. If you're a Democrat, March 23rd, you go
A
to the
Democrat,
polls.
the donkeys.
If you go to the polls and you go vote, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will not be on that poll to select as your presidential candidate for the primary.
How can we get him on the poll?
You just go to his website, man.
And say we
You
want
gotta
him on
have.
the poll.
He's got to have 1 million signatures to be put in on the independent ticket. And here's the other messed up thing about RFK. 3 times now. 3. Not once, not twice, but 3 damn times. The Biden administration has denied him Secret Service protection.
And why was that?
But they have granted it to 18 other different candidates
And why is that?
because they don't want him at all.
What they think he's gonna do?
He's gonna do the same thing Trump was gonna do.
What?
Until Trump got in there and realized all the stuff he was dealing with. And that's to be the disruptor. That's why Trump was elected in the first place.
To disrupt things.
He was put up there to disrupt things
To
because
be a distraction.
we were tired. No, we were tired of politicians. We didn't want a politician anymore. We wanted a businessman. And that's the messed up thing about Trump. I dare you to look back at any type of video or picture or image of him before he ran for president.
What will I find?
You won't find a damn thing. You'll find him hugging hands. You'll find him hugging Hillary Clinton, okay? Along with, let's see here. What are those civil rights leaders' names?
Al Sharpton?
Al Sharpton, the other one. Jesse Jackson.
Just
There's a picture of Donald Trump.
Justin.
Donald Trump, the most racist man in America, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
At least that's what fake news says.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news.
But he's in the picture with Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
There's some. Just please don't listen to ABC, NBC, or CBS. Please.
Well,
Or even Fox. I
and
mean,
that's his.
they're terrible.
His
too.
people. Those are not mine. I want you to seek and find whatever you must.
And I'm going to try and give you as much information as I can. And if I'm wrong, I pointed out twice tonight so far where I have been wrong, admitted I was wrong, and corrected myself. So if
Oh. so
you
you've been
listening
wrong.
out there can prove me wrong,
So you've been wrong before.
duh.
I didn't know that.
Every person's wrong. okay?
I didn't know you was wrong. My
Look.
bad.
I'm just saying. Everybody can be wrong, okay? And there was 2 times in this podcast so far I pointed out I was wrong.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cat Dad.
So, you people in the comment section,
Tell him
please,
about himself.
please,
Tell him
please,
about himself.
please point out where I'm wrong, okay? So I can learn and become better.
Don't. You was wrong, man.
Yeah. It happens.
Well, and that's good.
It
That's
happens
good.
many times.
Takes a big man to admit that he was wrong.
Do you know how many times I get a screwdriver and go lefty loosey, righty tighty?
I don't want to know. That's not something you should be sharing right now.
I'm just saying.
I'm just telling. You should be sharing
I told a youngin that.
You shouldn't tell no one that.
I told a youngin that the other day.
No one should know that.
And they was like, huh?
Some things you should take to your grave. That's one of them.
Nah.
Trust me, it is.
There are some things, but nothing I would talk about on here.
Great. Great. Well, thank y'all for tuning in for another Sunday evening for a black guy and a brown guy walks into a bar. We'll see you next Sunday, and good night.
Please join us next Sunday. Amen.